Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be doing day one of Poetspice's 12 days of Christmas cheer. And if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. So in the description box below will be all of those who are participating in Poetspice's 12 days of Christmas cheer. Definitely go and check out their channels. Now I will be probably the outlier because I will be doing this particular page and coloring it over the 12 days. I believe the majority of the people in the collab will be doing crafting or card making or something along the vein. But so long as it dealt with either winter, Christmas, or holiday in December, then Poets said it would count. And so this just seemed like the most straightforward project for me. So this is the page. If you haven't seen it, I did do a setup video. Now, if you're following me along, like I mentioned in that particular video, it doesn't matter if you have this book or if you have this page available. What you can do is just take any page that you have, and it can be winter themed, Christmas themed, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever, or it could just be a coloring page. It's absolutely up to you. And then just divide it into 12 pieces so that every day that I load a video, we can color and do a little bit of chit chat together. Alrighty, so in today's video, we're going to start with quite a boring section because I don't have full sets of all of my pencils. Like I mentioned, I do have 12 different brands of pencils, and some of them, like the one I'll be showing you today, I only have 12 and they're only skin tones. And so I have to be very aware of the colors that I have in order to pick the sections to color in. It might drive some of you crazy, but I am not going to go in order. We're just going to pick random spaces that actually are more tailored to the pencils that I have than anything else. So I'm thinking we're going to do this spot right here because I can get away with the brown tones that I think I have. I'll have to look at the pencils. I am not going to swatch anything. So I'm not going to swatch anything by way of the pencils I'm using, but I'm also not going to swatch things from day to day to make sure that they match. I'm just going to do it by eye. If it works, fabulous. If it doesn't, oh well. And that's really my approach to coloring in general. So in this case, I have Black Widow's, Mont, and my Funner's, the square pencils. And the Mont are right here. And let's look at the picture. Now I'm not going to be drawing anything on the rug. So the rug is just going to be a solid color. And we've got the table legs. Oh no, we've got the table beam because I need to be aware of what section is what section. And then the chair. So I think we'll continue with the table to be that reddish brown, and then we'll do a darker brown because we have those, and then matching it up in here will be a problem for whatever day we do that section. Okay, so let's pick a few colors. I'll take the white just in case we have to blend things out. I'll take this one. There are no names on this, so I'm just truly relying on the pencil tip. And these could either be dark brown or black. We will find out together. And we'll just use those. If I need to, I can always come back and grab more, but it's a small section. I don't want too many colors down, and honestly, it's day one of 12 days. So let's see what we can do. All right, so first of all, I want to put the number. And then over here, I'll put the corresponding number. It's going to be a bunch of numbers over it. Might be a little jarring, but that's okay. So we're going to come in with our lightest orange and just put some color down. if you're wondering why I'm using all my 12 different brands, it isn't because I like to give myself a crazy challenge like that. Although it does sound like me. It's more because I want to know how my different pencils lay in my different books that I want to do pencil work in. I know when you see pencil reviews, they talk about layering and blending and all of that good stuff, and that's great if you are using the exact same paper that they are testing their pencils on. I have found that none of that really matters to me. It really comes down to what do the pencils feel like in my hand, because my goal is more to color for a longer period of time versus getting a perfect picture. I have arthritis in my hands, and so that's definitely a concern for me. Well, that little piece is looking good. I don't know if that's funny to you, but that's funny to me. I think the problematic part is going to be the rug, because I don't have a cream color. So let's see what this color is. Looks kind of like that there. It's kind of like a grayish color. And this one is definitely more brown, so let's put that one down. And my film setup is not set up for coloring. And so you're definitely going to see some shadows. I don't actually have any direct light in my room. So I'm just going to do all of this and wash it in that color. Just so I can define what's what. There are cushions, but apparently the cushions are the same color. Actually, let me move that up. When I'm editing, I will actually zoom in. So you'll be able to see more, but you'll also be able to see more shadows. So that's that color. And let me see if there is a cream for the carpet. There isn't a cream, but there's this color. So let's put that down. I'm just going to do a very light swatching. Because the other problematic part is we also have some of the floor. So I might need to pull yet another color because I want differences between these things. Some of you might be seeing the fatal flaw. To be honest, I wouldn't recommend you using 12 different brands unless you are someone who swatches and you can color match. Where it is going to prove interesting is there's more carpet here. So I definitely would want to use a brand that at least has some similar colors, because I actually have sets of pencils that don't have any of these colors in it. So I have to be aware of a bunch of things as I'm doing this. Now that, to me, that's kind of part of the fun. But for you guys, just use one set. It might just make it a lot easier for you guys. Okay, I think we'll need to make this darker just to stand out. To me, they feel kind of like a Crayola. I'm getting a little bit more color payoff than I generally feel I get from a Crayola, but they definitely are hard. And it's weird because they're hard, but they also feel kind of waxy. I know it's a weird definition. These are certainly not a go-to pencil for me, but I am liking how that looks. All right, so let's put some white on here. Definitely would have preferred a cream. I think that's why I prefer pencil sets that have a lot of different options, because I don't like creating my own colors. But when you don't have a lot of pencils, you just make do. And this is exactly how I color. I'm more about getting big swatches of color down than trying to get rid of the white space. It doesn't bother me. Really, I'm just trying to get a different tone on here. Okay. I think that was that brownie color. Just want to make this a little deeper. It's layering nicely. There definitely is a sheen to these, so as I'm layering them, I don't want to say it's becoming more wood-like, but there definitely is a shininess. I don't know if that's wax bloom. I'm not sure what that is, but I like it. Let's take in that kind of light brown, because again, we want to contrast these things, and matching up the colors is going to be a problem for future Johanna, so I don't really care. Oh, there's another bar back there, so let's see if we can recreate that. Putting our lightest color down, being aware of the box, and then I think we did this. Oh, that's a table leg and not a chair leg. Okay, well, let's just darken that up. Good, we fixed it. This one actually can be a little dark because it's farther away than this one. So I'll add some red tones, or orange really, and then we'll come in with the dark brown. I think this one is. I'm too lazy to mark these with a number, because then that also means I would need to swatch these, and I don't swatch pencils. Clearly I just go through things a bit haphazardly and hope for the best. Okay, so it's definitely darker. I think we can take that kind of grayish and see if we can darken up. Oh yeah, a little bit more. Okay, now we can go back. Totally had a squirrel moment there. And I think this must be underneath the Christmas tree, because there's two Christmas trees here. So that must be part of that. So the picture, it definitely is more brown. So we'll see if we can add some of that. But I usually like, in any of my pictures, whether it's pencil or alcohol marker, I like to start with a lighter tone first and then work my way. Okay, and I want to lean more brown, so let's take that and just go over the lines that are already there for the wood tone. To be honest, I don't think these are bad in this book. So I'd probably give these maybe a 3. The limited color palette certainly would make a difference. Because generally, if I'm using pencils in here, I'm just using one. But I do want to give myself a tester page so that in future projects, I'll know what works and what doesn't. So I don't just, you know, randomly pick a pencil and hope for the best. I'll know that if I'm dealing with a page that's predominantly browns, this gets a solid 3. My hands are beginning to hurt. I do feel I have to fight a little bit to get some color, but it's not too bad. I actually think my Crayolas will be worse. And honestly, my Crayolas, I either use it when I want specific skin tones, or if I'm doing a tester page. They're not a pencil that I reach for. Just going to darken up the chair legs. Give them more color. And then we'll come in with that dark. I think we're going to leave the rug as is. It's a bit boring, but we are limited. I think by the end of it, I think the picture is actually going to look nice. It'll be a bonus if it looks nice. It's more important that I get information about the pencils. Okay, yeah, my hands are starting to cramp. Now I'm bulk filming this, so you'll see this over a span of 12 days. I'm hoping to get 3 of these days done today. And that way I can edit and schedule and not feel that I'm going to miss my deadline, because they are due up on a certain time, and then every day for the first 12 days of December. I'm sure Mont has more pencils. I bought these secondhand. I don't know if I mentioned that, from my friend Susie. I'll link her channel below. And again, they're not bad. They're certainly not my go-to, but I would certainly use these again. I think in some of the pages there are some autumnal scenes, and I think these would work great for that, since they are mostly browns, some oranges. Okay, so I don't want to get too heavy on the detail because I have to recreate in here. So we don't want to set ourselves up for too much failure. And I think we're going to call that, oh no, we have that up there. I don't know what those things are. It looks like the under the tree rug and then the stump. So the stump, let's just press really hard and do a dark brown. Kind of fades into the chair. So let's add some of that. That's fine. And then for the carpet, tree rug, tree trimmer. I know there's a word for it, it's not coming to me at this point. Honestly, it seems to be fading in. It would be good if I had like a blue or something, but I don't. So we're not going to worry about it. The rest of this I can just fake and color in green, and so that's really the only part that we need to be concerned with. Yeah, I think that's good so far. So number 1 is Mont. And I definitely give this a 3 stars. 1, it is hard to get a pigment down, at least the way that I like it. So my hands are a bit fatigued, and this wasn't very long that I was coloring, but also the color palette is limited. So if I do come in here, I'd pick a page that has an element that I can do predominantly in this, or I would come in specifically for this. Like something like this. There's a lot of autumnal things I could do. So I could do all of the browns and the Martes, and then I can use another set. More often than not, I only like using 1 set per page because my desk space is limited. So I don't know that I would be using multiple pencils, but yeah, I've got 12 to choose from. So this may not be the go-to book for these pencils, but I like knowing that information. All right, well, that is day 1. Not super exciting, but I know that I'm going to enjoy seeing the picture unfold as we go together. And again, we are not going to go in order. We're just going to pick a place and just go from there. All right, guys, well, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.